Hello there. Here is your weekly weather briefing from the National Weather Service in Riverton, Wyoming. We'll mainly take you out through the next few days, or you can call this your weekend outlook. But before we get there, take a look at this image here. Lightning and thunderstorms can be common this time of year across Wyoming. For example, just this past Monday, March 31st, take a look at the lightning strikes, mostly cloud-to-ground lightning strikes that occurred across Sweetwater County, this area here west of Green River and Rock Springs, and extended all the way up to around South Pass. So again, not uncommon to see more lightning and hear claps of thunder. Be on the lookout for that as we move through the month of April. In the near term, there is some snow forecast the next 2 or 3 days across Wyoming, mainly in the higher mountains in northwest, including Yellowstone National Park. This map here is a snow forecast, measurable snow forecast through early Sunday. If you take a look across the lower elevations here, not much to talk about. In fact, little or no snow accumulation is expected. Bighorn Basin down to the Wind River Basin looking good, even out east toward Casper and parts of Johnson County. But across the higher elevations, including the Bighorn Mountains, the Teton Range, and parts of the Wind River Range, light to moderate snow can be expected, especially Saturday into Saturday evening with the weak system that moves through Wyoming. But again, it will mainly impact the high country. Temperatures this weekend, not all that bad. On the left here are your Saturday afternoon temperatures across west central Wyoming, mostly in the 40s and 50s here. And if you look to the right, Sunday, April 6th, the maximum temperatures, again, pretty much the same colors, mostly green and yellows as you see for the Saturday afternoon highs. So they're not going to change that much. Highs in the 40s and 50s with some slightly cooler readings in the mountains and far northwest, including Yellowstone National Park. So seasonable temperatures overall this weekend before the big warm-up. I'll get to that on the next slide. But there's one thing to look for Sunday into early Monday, and that will be wind, especially across central and eastern Wyoming. That's because an area of high pressure is going to build up to the west of Wyoming and tighten the pressure gradient right over southern Montana into Wyoming and then eventually eastward. Well, what does that result in? If you look at the bottom right image here, this is a surface wind gust map. And look at that arrow with that strong winds because of the high pressure to the west and lower pressure well to the east of Wyoming, creating this gradient of 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts or greater. Especially Johnson and Natrona counties are two areas to watch later Sunday into Sunday night with the winds. Not so much west of the divide, but again, it will be breezy to windy as we get into early in the week. But that's not such a bad thing because that means high pressure is building in over the Great Basin and the Rockies, and that will bring in warmer air from the west. For about 2 or 3 days, in fact, high pressure dominates the Great Basin and the Rockies beginning on Monday. This pattern looks to continue through Wednesday and possibly even Thursday with much above normal temperatures expected. Again, this ridge of high pressure is going to anchor itself right over the Rockies for some beautiful springtime weather. Again, possibly much above normal temperatures in the 60s, maybe even approaching 70 or lower 70s across the lower elevations of the east by Tuesday or Wednesday. So stay tuned. How about beyond next week? Well, we're taking a look at Wyoming here on the left. This is an 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. Compliments of our Climate Prediction Center. We're kind of in the middle, it looks like, of some very warm air off to the west, and this has been pretty consistent of what we've seen most of last winter and early this spring, with warmer air and above normal temperatures to our west and colder air off to our east and the northeast. We're right in the middle, so we're going to call it near normal to maybe slightly above normal temperatures going into mid-April. And on the right side is the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. Pretty much the same thing. Looks like near normal precipitation, although we are in springtime, so anything is possible. Like to tell you that we're here 24/7. You can call us at this number, this 800 number, for anything you want to plan ahead for, including travel across west central Wyoming. Reminder that spring burning, learn before you burn. We're getting into that time of the year where many fields are getting burned, and just keep an eye on the weather forecast because it can change rapidly. Thank you for listening to this recording. You have a great day.